Hello there. I'm so happy to see you all here. My name is Deepti Jain, and I help mompreneurs start and grow their online businesses. Today, we're going to talk about 3 little known secrets you can use to create viral titles. If you've been struggling to create posts that receive a lot of engagement, that people share like crazy, then I'm certain some of these tips are going to help you out a ton and give you just that push that you need. All right, so without any further ado, let's get into those 3 little known secrets that you can use to create viral titles. Tip number 1, use contrasts. Phrase your title as doing something desirable without doing something else undesirable. Okay, so again, frame your title in terms of contrasts, like how to do something desirable in your niche, of course, or whatever you want to talk about, without doing something undesirable. Okay, that's a strategy that works really well and really catches the attention of your target audience and engages them and creates that mystery or surprise element of how you're going to achieve something without doing something else. Okay, that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, use the word you. Use the word you in your titles, because this is just regular human psyche, ladies. This is just regular human psyche. Regardless of the niche, regardless of the age group, regardless of the gender, most people are interested most in one thing and one thing only, and that is themselves. And so when you phrase a title using the word you, it automatically captures the attention of whoever it is that is reading your post. Okay, so that is tip number 2. This is more strength and more magic surprise power than you can imagine. So tip number 2 for writing viral titles is use the word you. Okay, ready? Tip number 3. Tip number 3 for writing viral post titles. Use a number. Use a number. Say 3 something, 5 something, 7 something. The reason to use a number is that it gives a specific concreteness and a promise that you're making that you are going to live up to. Okay, and you might have noticed in the title of this very video, I have 3. The title of this video is 3 little known secrets you can use to create viral titles. And when I say 3, I promise you a concrete number. You know what to expect. And then I go ahead and deliver those 3. That creates trust and kind of an automatic, okay, she did what she said kind of feeling from your readers. So the third tip that I have is to use a number. Okay, so those were the 3 tips. I'm just going to go ahead and summarize them for you. The first tip was to do something that is desirable for your audience without doing something that is undesirable for audience. So to do something that is desirable for your audience without doing something that is undesirable for your audience. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to use the word you. And tip number 3 is to use a concrete number, an actual number like 3 or 5 or 7. Okay, so those are my 3 tips for today. And try using these easy to follow tips. They're super easy for creating viral posts. And because you see, the title of a post is one of the most important components of any post that you write. The title of the post is one of the first few things that catches anybody's attention, and if they're scrolling through their newsfeed, it's going to make them stop and listen to you. That is the power of the title of a post. So if you get that right, it's going to increase the reach of your post tremendously. And imagine, just imagine what it would feel like if you could post something and it got a ton of engagement and a ton of shares. You would actually be seen. Wouldn't that feel great? Now, if you like these tips, I've got even more to share with you. I have a little cheat sheet I created with specific examples of titles using these tips and a few others that I have put together just for you. It's totally free, and you can download it by just going to deeptijainconsulting.com/viral titles. Okay, that's deeptijainconsulting.com/viral titles. And in that cheat sheet, I have not only included 5 examples of titles that really use these tips that I gave you, that you can just modify or tweak a little bit to use for yourselves, but in addition, I have also included in there a totally free resource that I use regularly to check the strength of any title or headline that I come up with. Okay, and you can do the same. It's a totally free resource. It actually gives you a numerical score to show you how amazing or not amazing any title that you write is. And also, it actually tells you how it would impact your audience. Would it have an intellectual impact? Would it have a spiritual impact? Would it have an emotional impact? Or would it have what they call a triple impact? Okay, so you can assess the strength and the nature of your title both on a quantitative and qualitative basis in this totally free resource. If you want to know what that free resource is that I use for every single title that I come up with, as well as get 5 examples of titles that I have created using these 3 tips that I gave you today, just go to deeptijainconsulting.com/viral titles. Again, that's deeptijainconsulting.com/viral titles. All right. Hope you enjoyed these little tips. Talk to you later. Bye.